What is going on, everybody? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you all. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about a new crypto opportunity on this channel. As always, I like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor, but rather, I always try to put you guys on the plays that I'm in. And of course, a huge shout out to Grove Token for sponsoring today's video. They actually were some of the individuals that I met when I was at the Crypto Expo in Dubai earlier this year in March of 2022. I actually got to interact with one of the core team members, Mr. John Ghamrawi, and it was a fruitful conversation. And afterwards, we set up some Zoom calls to discuss their token to more detail and some of the fantastic catalysts that are coming their way. So the first thing that you'll notice is how well their website has been laid out. One of my favorite aspects is if you click the little white paper tab at the top of the middle of the screen here, you can see that the white paper is translated in multiple different languages. Personally, for me, of course, I read English and a little bit of Arabic, but you can also read it in French, Spanish, Russian, and you can also read their audit there. But what I want to focus on specifically is what are they doing in the crypto space that no other token is doing, and why I'm actually getting really excited about this project, as well as going through the price action and some of the technicals. So make sure you stay through to the end. I will have all the links in the description below for Grove Token, their socials, and also the chart in the description below. So first and foremost, this token launched in quarter one of 2022, right before, I should say, the Crypto Expo in Dubai. So they were listed both on CoinMarketCap, like most tokens are nowadays as they launch CoinGecko. They've also started some social media advertising. And of course, their contract was audited prior to their token actually being launched. So now what is coming in quarter two, which we are in now, going to quarter three next month, green energy contribution, hydroponic farming. And that's the thing that I'm going to highlight today and why I'm excited about this terminology and what they're doing specifically with hydroponic farming. Renewable energy partnerships, donations, exchange listings. So again, the big thing that Grove is doing, as you can see from their background in the tree, is again, it's going to be focused as a green crypto. That's how they're labeling it, and that is how they are advertising it and marketing it. This is to focus on alternative energy within the blockchain and crypto space. So how does it happen? How do you pair blockchain technology, crypto assets, and funding certain things like hydroponic farming and things alike? Well, through a DAO system. And that's exactly what Grove Token has been doing. So if we go into their white paper here, you'll see one of the first things on their white paper after the table of contents is the Grove team. So some of the people I personally met, as I mentioned, is John Ghamrawi, fantastic individual who has some really great background. He is, again, as it says, a master in telecommunication engineering. He's actually out in the Eastern Hemisphere, highly experienced and driven retail business leader, passionate about building and developing teams and achieving exponential business outcomes. So Richard Sultan, who's also the co-founder, he's a Bachelor of Computer Engineering, and having someone with a software background, a strong software background, also makes sense. They have Mindy, one of the other co-founders, and John El-Mosri. And again, lots of business acumen and business background. The way these individuals even speak, especially John, because that's who I directly interacted with, I was quite impressed on what they have already been able to achieve. Now, what is it that does actually make Grove Token different than other cryptocurrencies that I've maybe aforementioned? Well, again, you could read through their white paper and read what they talk about within their philosophy. But the one thing that you need to understand is the investment portfolio and acquisitions that they have been developing via their DAO system. So some of the buy and sell taxes that are a part of their contract will go towards investing in renewable energy markets. With that being said, they say here that the long-term green plan focuses on technology that will reduce emissions and create jobs. As such, Grove will reinvest a portion of all transactions into green industries and corporations, establishing our brand and generating returns for stakeholders like you and I who are potentially going to be investing in this token. Solar farming and energy, especially where there's a lot of sun. Think Africa, think Middle East, think a lot of places that really could utilize this kind of energy that's currently going to waste. Solar energy is one thing that you could probably count on forever, right? Switching from finite resources like coal and oil to more, again, infinite resources like electric or solar. That's the kind of way we need to start thinking, because without the sun, the earth wouldn't exist, correct? So the more we can start changing to more, infinite forms of energy and utilizing what it is that the world provides for us on a day-to-day basis, that's a better way than using something that, again, is consumable and will run out at some point in time in the future, like oil. So before I even continue, I want to stop right here and talk about the hydroponic farming. So hydroponics is a way to skip the soil and substitute it in a different material to support the roots of plants, thereby growing crops directly in nutrient-rich water. Yes, you heard that right. No soil, nutrient-rich water. Grove will provide a platform to support nations who have a high reliance on imports to have more environmentally conscious and self-sufficient farming methods for the production of their own fresh produce. What is one place that you could think of that has pretty much no vegetation, from a sense that really no soil to grow their own plants, to grow their own fruits and vegetables and just things that you want to plant, herbs? The Middle East, Sub-Saharan Africa, places where you do have a lack of really good soil, just mainly desert and wasteland. Well, again, that's what's going to bring me to this point here that I want to highlight. And this is one of the things that I think is really contributing to the Grove excitement. And that is right here. You can see the official Grove token, which is, again, a limited liability company that is incorporated in the country of, or the Emirate, Dubai. And again, that's where I got to interact with the team for the first time. But this letter here is what has caught the internet off guard. And I've mentioned John is the person who I was in communication with. So the United Arab Emirates, the private office of the Al Maktoum, which are basically, again, the royal family of Dubai, they sent him a meeting invitation, or they accepted a meeting with Grove Token, with the proposal. So you can see John Ghamrawi. It says here, "Dear Mr. John, we, the private office of Sheikh Al Maktoum, are glad to accept your meeting request, and we shall meet on the 29th of June, 2022 at our office in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. We look forward to discussing the development, affordable, and sustaining farming practices throughout aeroponic and hydroponic farming, and explore further possibilities for us to do business together." Folks, if they are able to, again, seal the deal with the contract with the Al Maktoum family, individuals that have a multi-billion-dollar net worth, because, again, they are the royal family. If you don't know much about governance or politics in the Middle East, the royal family has ownership basically over everything in the country, except for independent businesses. But anything run by the country and made by the country is owned by this specific family. So the fact that they were able to actually get an invitation to have a dialogue with them, that is a huge step in the right direction. Now, it could go either way. But if you're somebody that likes to, again, potentially buy into assets based off speculation, based off the potential for what could be the biggest partnership within the crypto space in 2022, this might be something to look into. So again, the fact that they are trying to utilize and bring in green and crypto, two terms that the United Arab Emirates has been seeking heavily, especially when I was at the crypto conference. I realized, oil is going to last so long. Tourism is going to only last so long. They realized that during the pandemic and COVID, how their tourism was hit so hard, and they were, again, losing money left and right. But now with the potential of what cryptocurrency can bring in terms of potential additional revenue, right, as an investment and an investment vehicle, and also just as something to continue to grow their current platforms. But now you're telling me you found a cryptocurrency that's looking to bring the green and renewable energy sources and that kind of thing via a DAO, via crowdfunding, basically, again, utilizing retail investors to come together and create the potential to really grow something like this. I think it becomes an absolute no-brainer. So again, the green crypto future, and they talk about the GroveKeeper, which is going to be the digital wallet that they're currently developing. And how is it going to actually work? It's going to cost less energy with instantaneous transactions, lower energy wastage with no mining, no third-party verification, just direct transactions, which is, if it goes through and it works well, that's going to be a game changer. 100% secure ecosystem, and dividends that will be paid out into holders of GroveKeeper wallet based on the quantity of tokens in possession. Holding Grove token, and of course having also the wallet where you're storing your tokens, you'll be given dividends as just a token holder based off of all the other things that they aforementioned, like, again, being that they're going to start investing and establishing a portfolio and acquisitions in renewable energy markets, and also solar and farming energy and hydroponic farming, as I've mentioned before. So lastly here, before we jump into the chart, the token distribution. And I'm sure a lot of you will have questions about it. 3% marketing, 3% reflections, 2% auto burn to reduce their circulating supply, 1% to the liquidity pool, and lastly, a 1% buyback that is keeping their chart healthy. And you can see here, had a significantly successful launch, went up to about a $41 million market cap, a little bit of a burn, and again, some consolidation, followed by a pretty huge sell here on April 1st, April 2nd. Strong consolidation for a couple weeks, but again, overall kind of trading sideways after this little uptick here in preparation and anticipation of the big meeting at the end of June. So if the meeting goes well and anything checks off, I think all-time highs are 100% going to be hit. I almost have 0% hesitation saying that. So big things are also coming, but one thing that you all might be excited about is the ERC20 pre-sale that is going on. So they're currently on the Binance Smart Chain. So you can see here, Grove token is currently on Binance. You can see from my DEX tools, I'm on the BNB chain at the top left as it says there. But what states here on their social media, sorry, that was me looking at the audit. If you go to the social media, you can see 4 more days, 39% off current market value plus 0 tokenomics. That's unheard of really in the ERC20 space for such an established token. So only 4 days remaining, June 12th, the pre-sale will be completed. So again, all the links will be in the description if you guys want to look into getting in on the pre-sale for the ERC20 side of things, because they're going to be a multi-chain token after this. Or you can again establish a position if you believe in the project and you believe that something good will come out of the meeting on the 29th. Could be again a pretty decent buying opportunity. Appreciate your guys' support as always. Make sure you smash that like button and also consider subscribing to the channel. But that's all I had for you guys today. So until next time, everybody, keep investing. Peace.